Hello everyone. I know that some of you are eagerly awaiting for me to do some more pages in my Daphne's Diary journal. This is the latest journal that I created, and I'll leave the link to the video showing how I made it in the description box below. Beautiful. I made the journal out of the cover, the front cover of issue number 1, 2024. Absolutely love this magazine. It's just beautiful. I've already done a few pages, and I'll leave the link to the playlist for anybody who's interested in, you know, going and having a look. Can't remember what else I did now. I think that one there was my favourite. I'm going to continue using issue number 1 because there's loads more beautiful images in here that I'm inspired by, and I might also use some of the images from issue number 2 as well. I received this from Daphne's Diary a couple of weeks ago. I've already had a read through this magazine. It's another beauty. They all are, aren't they? And I'll leave the link to Daphne's Diary and other places where you can purchase the magazine in the description box below for anybody who's interested. So let me start off by giving you a quick flip through of number 2 for anybody that you know, is interested to see what's inside. So let's start off with the front and back cover. So pretty, absolutely beautiful. I love the yellows in this one, very spring inspired. Of course, there's lots of Easter inspired images in this as well. So I'm just going to really quickly flip through the magazine just so that you can see. Just look at all of these cute images. There's just loads here. I love the poems, as you know. Look at this. Aren't they just absolutely adorable? We're going to have to find a way to incorporate these today. Just absolutely love these. These are just little bunny art dolls. So many things. Just look at these. Jane Austen Festival in Bath. So lots of articles for you to read. Beautiful images that we can cut out. I love this one here as well. I love using the text pages. I think they make interesting backgrounds. Stickers we've got in here. Forest fairies. I know Linda, my friend, would absolutely love those. But just look at all of these roosters as well. Beautiful postage stamps. Love those. Right, hang on. What else have we got? All these beautiful costumes as well. Absolutely beautiful. I hope I'm in camera shot here. The Eiffel Tower. I've just got so many different things that we can use. Usual recipes as well. These beautiful Fabergé eggs as well. Aren't they just absolutely gorgeous? We've also got some craft projects as well that we can follow if we want to. Beautiful tulips, absolutely gorgeous. But lots of Easter themed pages, lovely background pieces that we can cut out and use. Look at that, isn't that just gorgeous? Beautiful vase of flowers that we might be able to incorporate. Usual page of recipes, some little tags, Happy Easter tags that we might be able to use. Those ones are upside down, so these little cute bunny rabbits as well. Love this page here, mindful colouring. I quite often like to use these in their black and white or natural form without adding any colouring. What else have we got? Look at these old embroidery for a new look. Isn't that telephone absolutely gorgeous? And look at those boots, tapestry boots. But yeah, lots and lots for us to play with in this magazine as well. Cute little bunnies, Easter egg bunny card. Another one here as well. I like these backgrounds. We've got the usual poster. Let's have a look. In fact, actually, let me just take this out because otherwise I won't be able to open it. So let's try and do it without tearing. Oh, what have we got here? Sowing and harvesting calendar. That might be useful. I might actually keep that one. Love the imagery around the border though. So that's the poster for this month. And what else have we got? just some more sort of ideas for decorating some eggs with decoupage. Another poem, colouring page. Gift wrappers for cheerful eggs. Aren't these just gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. So some really pretty papers as well in this magazine. I love this page here. Isn't that just beautiful? So a quick flip through of issue number 2. I want to start off by doing something with this beautiful envelope, very detailed envelope. So I'm just going to try and carefully pop this out. It's cardstock, it's a die cut envelope, so let me just go off camera now and just carefully take this away. It's coming out quite easily actually, and then we'll see what we can do with this. Here we go, we've got the basics. Now we also need to pop out all of these little bits here as well, so this is going to be a little bit fiddly, so I'm going to go off camera and do that. So I've got the envelope punched out. Not going to lie, that was a little bit fiddly, but I got there. We've done it. And we've got these dotted lines here. So I'm just going to use a bone folder just to score along those lines. I think they're fold marks. So let's do that. I've been looking at this for ages thinking, what have I done wrong? Looking at the image here, mine doesn't look anything like this because of course I've got the white bit in the background, and I was assuming that those were fold lines. But I'm maybe wondering whether you are supposed to cut these bits off. I don't know, or perhaps cut this bottom bit off. So I've done my own improvised version of this, which I still think will be equally as pretty. I need to do something with the inside because that white is really bothering me. I've also photocopied my page. It's come out a completely different colour because my photocopier is nearly out of ink, but you know, I think that's really pretty and we can maybe do something with this. So what I'm going to do is grab some frayed burlap distress ink and let's ink the back. So I've got my frayed burlap distress ink. I'm going to use my little makeup brush to do this, and I'm going to be careful. Doesn't matter if I go over the centre line because I'm going to be gluing this piece down anyway. I'm also going to add some ink to the front as well, just focusing on where those cutout areas are. I'm also going to go around the outside of this piece here as well before I glue it down, and then I shall stick this down to the centre, and then problem solved. I don't know whether it was a problem. If anybody can spot where I've gone wrong, then you know, please do let me know in the comments. It is more than likely something that that I have missed. So I'm just going to stick that down there like that. So there we have it, looking much better already. So the next thing I'm going to do, bring back my piece of deli paper, is add some art glitter glue just on the outside here so that I can glue this onto the back. Do the other side as well whilst I'm at it, and pop this round onto the other side. Isn't that pretty? That's just gorgeous, and I quite like the fact that we've got a bit of a contrast. It's not the same, the exact same blue, duck egg blue, as pretty as that is. So there we have it. So we just need to find something now that we can tuck into this pocket. I've cut a piece of cream card that measures slightly smaller than the perimeter here so that it slots easily into that little pocket. And I'm going to use this piece of leftover paper. It was the opposite side of the inside front cover. I love that. I think it's going to match beautifully. The colours are really nice. And so what I am going to do is glue this on to this piece of card here. I think I like this part of it rather than the bottom. At least I think I do. I mean, that's really pretty, but I don't know. I like this flower here, and I think I'll be able to fit most of that on. So let me go away and glue this onto my background. I've got my paisley image glued down to my background. You can see that I did end up using the bottom of the image. I just thought it was a bit denser, and I'm wondering whether I can use this doll here as a focal image. So I'm just going to fussy cut her out. Okay, I've fussy cut my doll out. Isn't she just absolutely gorgeous? Far too busy to just place on the background. But I just wonder whether I can use a piece of this book paper here. Just having a look to see what I've got on the other side. I really like those squirrels, so I'm not sure whether I want to use those. So I'm going to have a flick through the magazine and see if I can find something else. You see, I love this page here, but I might want to use the doll here. So let's have a look. You see this part here, that would be absolutely perfect, I think. So I think colour wise that works really well. So I'm just going to cut a piece of this out, and then let's glue our beautiful doll down. Just using a glue stick for this. Let's try and centralise her about there, I think. Let's use the bone folder. And then I'm just going to trim this on my paper trimmer. Just put a little bit of ink just around the outside of it, just so that it's not quite so white. I'm using Distress ink here in frayed burlap. And then I want to add this here like so. And I've also pulled out a little doily. Isn't this one pretty? Just a little cream doily. I've got no idea where this has come from. It was probably sent to me in Happy Mail. I've got a feeling though that that is the wrong way around. Let me just flip it over. It was. So there we go. And I think that will just add as a little tag topper and just add a little bit more interest to the top of it there. So I'm just going to glue these down. I'm just going to use art glitter glue for this though, just because it's a bit more delicate. See if I can add a little bit just around the outside as well, because otherwise it's just going to lift. And this can just slot inside the little pocket. Just try and be careful about that because it's delicate. Try not to crease and spoil my doily. I think that looks adorable. How pretty is that? And I just love the fact that we're picking up the paisley from the inside front cover as well. Let's see if we can pull something together using this lovely hand. I like this quote as well, dare to be creative. So I'm just going to fussy cut this out. Cut the hand out, and I'm just wondering whether I can use it with some of these little memory cards here. I think these are absolutely gorgeous. So what I will do is tear this out. And then I think I'm going to cut out January, February and March. So I'll just go off. I'll take this to the paper trimmer and then just round the edges, I think, with my corner rounder. That will be the quickest and easiest way to do it. I'm thinking I'd quite like to have my composition something like this, but the background is just far too plain. I've had a look through the magazine and there isn't anything that springs to mind in a way that would be pleasing to my eye. But I found this piece of paper. This was out of the Christmas magazine, and I just think this works beautifully. It goes really well with the green on the opposite side of the page. I don't want to use all of it because I think that would be too much, but I'm just wondering whether I can use a small piece on the left hand side perhaps. I think what I'll do is I'll cut a piece that's big enough to cut the full page just in case, and then I can just have a bit of a play around with it and see what I think. Of course, if I cut it too short, then I've left myself nowhere to go. Cutting the paper down has worked really well because I've got two pieces that are the perfect width for me to try it and see what I think. So let's just place that there for a second. We can just fold that over temporarily, and then I would have the hand here. Let's just tuck that under there for a second, and then it would be January, February, March. You see, I do like that. That's pretty, isn't it? and goes really well with the green. Or I could just have, let's move that out of the way again, or I could just have a piece just on the edge here, which would be something like that, and then a piece of washi tape down the centre. Let's tear a piece off and try it. I can peel this off if I decide that I don't like it. Let's just piece this together temporarily, and then we would have the hand. And January, where's February gone? Here we go. January, February, March. Oh, now gosh, which do I like best? I wish you were here to scream at me and tell me which you prefer. I think I prefer that. I like that page a lot. I think it's just the right amount of detail, and you know, the washi tape, it all pulls everything together. So of course I've got this quote, dare to be creative, and what I think I'm going to do is cut this as well. Try and be as straight as you can be about it. You know, I've got glue all over my scissors, and I thought that I could just have this as a quote just on the other side of that envelope, because I just absolutely love the design of this. It's kind of a fish, isn't it? But can I just do it in a bit of a wonky fashion, do you think, or do I do it straight? Oh gosh, you know me. You can see that I added 3 more of these little flower cards to the opposite side of the page. I think that looks absolutely lovely. That just really flows nicely to me. Now, I wanted to find something really simple to go on the left-hand side. These are already stuck down, and I dried some snowdrops a couple of years ago. They've yellowed a bit, but I don't mind about that. And I think I'm going to stick these on really carefully using my art glitter glue, just because it's more precision. In fact, I think if I put these in place where I want them to go, and then how do I want to do this? In fact, I'd better do this one first, I think. So I'm just going to really carefully add some glue. Let me just grab a piece of deli paper. Let's just move that out of the way, and I'll show you how I'm going to do this. So I'm just going to really carefully just add a thin bead of glue all the way along the stem, and then I can add some art glitter glue just on the petals here as well. And I'll do the same with the other one. Let's add a dab there and see if I can get this in position. So if I pop that about there, let's just quickly wipe away any excess that's spilled over. But yep, that's fine. And then I'm going to, whoopsie daisy, I think I was off out of camera shot there, and then I'll glue this one down on top. Isn't that just gorgeous? And then to tie the 2 pages together, I'm just going to add a little bit of washi tape. It's a bit too thick, so I'm just going to cut it in half. That's probably too much. And just put a little bit of this down here like that. I think that looks so pretty. And I think I'm going to leave that page there. I don't think I'm going to add anything to the doily. You might notice as well that I've cut the doily down at the top and the bottom just because it was a little bit too long and it was starting to tear. But I quite like leaving that plain. I don't know whether you can see, this doily here has got sort of like a vine design. If I do find anything that I could perhaps put in the middle, I can add that at a later date. But I think that spread is just absolutely gorgeous. Whether you notice, but we've got the little snowdrop here as well. Next up, I want to use these beautiful images here. Now, these, I think, are from the Christmas edition. Of course, I've torn the cover off, so I presume it's the Christmas journal that I made. But yeah, we've got all of these Christmas designs here. There's a couple of things I found that I would like to use. Where was the other one? There was these. I just absolutely love these as well. So I'm going to cut this page out. I probably won't do that today, but I definitely like to add that to this journal. But I thought these were very sort of spring, summer-like and would be perfect to go in this journal. So I am going to cut this image and this image here out. And this is a needle felting article, but I'm sure that I can find a way of using these images out, and I've had another flip through the journal to see where I might like these images to go. And again, the colours are just absolutely perfect opposite this piece of paper. It's the other side to this spread here. Now, I have a problem. This is really bothering me. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out and move it somewhere else. And in all fairness, I just think that looks a prettier page without that. That's not the right place for that to go. So I'll pop that to one side and we'll find somewhere else for that in a second. I also think that this background again is too plain. So what I'm going to do, you know how much I like repetitiveness and repeating patterns and things. I've got the leftover piece of this paper, which was the piece that I used here. And so I'm going to stick this down in this orientation this time, I think. It can go there. And then I can have my little needle felted portrait. Absolutely love that. It's too long, so I'm going to have to cut it off, but I still think that will look really pretty. And then I can put this piece underneath to cover up where that tag was that I cut off. I'm going to take the page out though to work on it. I'll do it from this direction so that I don't tear anything, just because it's easier to see what you're doing when you do it that way. Let's see if I can get this a bit straighter this time. So I'm going to glue that down first, and then I can glue that down. I want to keep these ruffled edges at the top because I really like those. I'm happy with that so far. I am going to stick some of this washi tape down to it again though. And that way I can cover up where that tag was so that you can't see it. So I'm going to do that. Let me just cut a piece off that's the right size. And I'm adding extra washi tape to this because this is just really cheap washi tape from somewhere like Pound Shop or somewhere like that, Poundland, and it's old and it's lost its sticky. So where was the end that I cut? So let's just slide that over because I cut that nice and straight. There we have it. So that's what we've got so far. And then of course I need to add the other image. And of course now that I've covered up where that tag was, I'm not restricted as to where that goes. So I could add it on the bottom if I wanted to, and then maybe add something down here. I don't know. I think I'm going to position it about here so that we've got a little bit of the green and then some green on the other side. I am going to round off the corners though on the top just to soften it a little bit and to tie it in with the rounded edges. So I'm going to glue that down like that, and then I need something to fill this space here. Another flower might work quite well down here, and I've struggled to find anything that's delicate enough to use and the right kind of size. I think I'm going to use this one here, but what I will do is snap it off there. Whoops, I thought that was attached, but it doesn't matter because we can stick that on and maybe add some of this foliage as well. Not too much because otherwise it's just going to be a little bit on the heavy side, but perhaps I can do something like this. Let's maybe flip it over in the other direction. I think that probably looks a bit better. I think that's what I'm going to do. And again, let's just add a little tiny bit of washi tape just down here. I think just one piece this time will be enough. Got another tiny piece here. No, I think that's too much. I think that's fine. So that's what that page looks like now that it's back in the journal. Let me slide this doily, which won't seem to stay in place. But I just think that looks absolutely beautiful against that background. I've got no idea what I shall do with that side yet, so I'm just going to leave that one be. The thing I want to do is something with this beautiful, beautiful background here. We've got this, which is just absolutely lovely, but I don't know how I would cover this up. So I've decided that I'm going to use this page here. So I'm just going to cut this out. I'm going to add as much of this part of the paper here to this page. I think colour-wise it matches this side. So let's just take this out just to make it easier to deal with. And I'm just going to glue that on and trim around the edges. Glue that down with a glue stick. Now I want to try and preserve this ruffled edge on this beautiful paper if I can. So I'm just going to tear this with my ruler as opposed to cutting it, and we'll see what this looks like. Do the same along here as well. Oh, hang on a minute. I need to tuck that under there, otherwise my ruler is in the way. Yeah, and look, we've managed to preserve it, but I do need to round the corners. So let's just quickly do that. And then I've got an idea for a focal image that can go on this page. This beautiful dog that was the image that was on the poster. I did actually cut the poster in half because I had anticipated on using the top part of it as one of my journal pages, my signature pages, but decided against it. So it's in two parts already. So I'm just going to fussy cut the dog image out. So let's have a look. Where do I want my dog to go? I think I want to ground him about here. I can add some black highlights, but I think I'm going to stick him there like that so that we've got the moon in the background. Isn't that just gorgeous? I can use a black Stabilo All pencil just to add a bit of a black outline around his paws, just to ground him. Scribble a bit of this on, and then I've got a paintbrush here. Let me just find a piece of paper towel. I'm just going to add some water. This paintbrush is a bit stiff, but that's what we want, and wipe most of it off because I don't want this paper to buckle. And then we can just activate that black pencil, and I think that will do fine. I've also just decided that I'm going to go around the outside of my dog just with some loose scribbly lines, just to try and define him a little bit better, especially on these lighter areas here. I'm not going to wet that, but I just think this adds a nice touch. So bring back that page and let's stick this back in. I just need to find something now that will go on the left hand side of the page. I've had a quick flick through the magazine. Nothing is standing out to me at the moment, but you know, I'm sure I'll find something eventually. But I love that. So simple, but it's just beautiful. The perfect focal image, I think. So of course we need to find a new spot for this to go. So let me just have a quick flip through my journal, and as soon as I've come up with a place, I'll let you know where I've decided to put it. I decided to put this right at the very front of the journal, so that's like a title for the start of this new journal, Dare to Be Creative. I like that as the backdrop because of course the backgrounds are the same. I use the other side of the paisley here, so that's where I'm going to put it, and I will probably end up gluing this down here and having this as sort of like a little tuck spot, but I'm not going to do that yet because it just depends on what I decide to add to this page. So I am leaving the video here for today because otherwise it's just going to go on for hours and hours and hours. I was hoping to have done something Easter themed, and I've just run out of time. I've been at this for nearly the whole day. So hopefully I'll be back sometime next week with another Daphne's Diary video and we'll do a few pages, Easter themed pages, even if we just do, you know, 2 or 3 Easter themed ones. But, you know, I just hope that you've enjoyed all of the pages that I've shared today. Let me just give you a reminder. Absolutely love that spread there. I think it's beautiful. Love this page. And then, of course, we did this one here with the dog as well. So if you enjoyed the video, as always, I'd very much appreciate a thumbs up. I hope it's given you some ideas and inspiration. But most importantly, thanks for watching. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.